How's it going, Cannabis community? Welcome to Cultivating with the Cannabis Cowboy. I am the Cannabis Cowboy, and this is my very first product review. Now, those of you who know me know that I normally enjoy flower. I don't really stray too far from smoking flowers. I don't stray too far from smoking doobies and bowls, if you will. But my brother Bill, who works for Diego Pellicer out here in Denver, has been giving me concentrates over the years that he's gotten. He's either bought and never wind up using, or samples and stuff like that, and he winds up kind of throwing them at me, and I wind up collecting a large amount of concentrates because I really never smoke them. So the last batch he gave me, he asked me if I'd enjoyed it because it was a really nice concentrate. As a matter of fact, it is this concentrate right here, which I believe is Newt Brothers. Let's see if we can get close there. Let's get a little... There we go, boom. Newt Brothers Axolotl Live Resin, Strawberry Love. So he had some of that and he asked me if I enjoyed it, and I told him I couldn't tell you because I really don't have anything to smoke it out of. I got rid of my nectar collector, it broke. There's a couple things that I've had used. I had some pens over the years, but I just wound up throwing them out because, like I said, I'm a bit of a purist and I never really bothered with any concentrate pens. But my brother told me I simply had to try this out. This is the Puffco Vision Plus. I can't vouch for any Puffco products. I can't vouch for the previous iteration of the Vision, whether it was regular Puffco Vision or whatever it might have been called. At any rate, I decided it would be a good time to kind of expand my horizons with this, with concentrates, and try this one out. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And this is the box it comes in. This is sort of the norm now. I would say most of the devices you're going to get in cannabis, all the way up to the devices you get, your phones, are all going to be in these nice black boxes. The packaging is real nice. Let's see exactly what is inside. All right, and there it is. It's pretty cool looking. A little bit of sort of like a rainbow fade thing happening with it. And let's take the pen out, pop it there, and see what else comes in here. All right, so it looks like we have a user's manual for people like myself who might not have ever messed with one of these before. I'm going to take a guess and say you probably hit the button 5 times to turn it on, maybe 3 or 4 times in order to change the heat, but we're going to definitely take a look at that right now. So obviously you're going to come with, it's going to come with a instruction manual. I believe we're going to have some of these little sort of Q-tip things to clean out the bowl that we're going to pack it in. And as usual, it's usually some sort of USB device in order to charge it. So there is that. Now, one of the things that I did find interesting about this particular pen is it sort of has a couple different pieces on it. And when I saw a video or two of it, it was sort of confusing. I honestly assumed that this little piece in here I would actually have to take out, but it turns out you leave it in there. But anyway, as you can see, it's a pretty nice looking pen, definitely. It feels sturdy in your hand. It doesn't feel flimsy. When I shake it, it doesn't really have any loose parts on it. Yep, and I was right. If you click it 5 times, you turn it on. That seems to be the norm for most of the pens that we have nowadays on the market. Let's go ahead and screw the top off of this bad boy and see what we've got. All right, so as you can see right here, that's going to be your chamber that you're gonna put your concentrates in. And I believe this is, I guess, a concentrate scooper. So I guess you push it out a little bit. And then actually, let's go ahead and try it out right now, right? Oh, hey, I dropped it. So let's check out some of this Newt Brothers. This is, I wouldn't exactly call this a wax, really, although it does look kind of waxy. I'm sure you can't see it very well. And the reason why you can't see it is because it's almost clear. It's white. It's got a crazy appearance to it. So anyway, apparently they give you this little scooper so that you can take your concentrate and scoop it into there. And apparently you don't want to load it up. And that really is sort of the norm for all of these concentrate pens. The concentrates eventually turn into a liquid and start bubbling. If you have a lot in there, it could pour over. It could gunk up your works and pretty much do a lot of bad things. So I'm just going to go try a couple of scoops in here. I'm not finding a great joy for how this looks right now. This particular concentrate looks a little methy. I'm going to go ahead and say that, but it's not, I promise you. So the instructions said to push down on this and screw it on and actually leave that in there, which is kind of crazy. I really would have assumed you pull that scooper out, but I'm guessing there's really no heat element inside there, so you really can't put in, you won't catch anything on fire. I'm not going to melt that little dipper that I had in there. So So again, I turned it on by hitting it 5 times, and I believe it's said to hit it 4 times to change the heat. So let's try that. All right, there's 1 level. There's 2 levels. And there's 3 levels. So it looks like, I'm guessing green would be the highest. So let's go to the mid level. All right, let's let her rip. Wow. That's a pretty decent hit. And this particular concentrate is actually, it's quite delicious. I can definitely taste a little bit of the strawberry flavor in it. It's obviously a live resin, so it's going to have great flavor like it does. So I'm sort of reviewing 2 things at once right now. It's the Vision Plus as well as this Newt Brothers Strawberry Love, but it hits pretty well. It pulls pretty good. That's pretty decent. I'm going to go ahead and screw the top off real quick and show you kind of how it looks. You can see that, or maybe you can't because it's not focusing real well, but there's the little wand, the little scooper that I had in there has got a little bit of it kind of stuck to it. So apparently this is actually serving as sort of not only a stopper, but something that sort of keeps whatever you have in there pressed down so that I'm guessing the coils that are in there or whatever's underneath it can heat it up. It's got it looks like 4 holes on the side of it so that you can get some pretty good air. You get some good air circulation in there, and I'm feeling a little bit of warmth. But it really does a good job. And I've seen some that come with a little rubber thing that you can put right here, sort of a rubber handle, because like I said before, it's getting a little bit hot. I imagine that also means that this part of it is going to get a little warm too. I don't know if it'll get hot to the point where you'll be burning your mouth, but regardless, it's a pretty nice form on it. The design is really nice, and like I said, it feels good in your hand. It doesn't feel flimsy, and I'm guessing if I had one of those little rubber things around it, it would be a little safer for me too. So, like when you're laying it down, other than the little rubber button that you have to stop it, sometimes it could roll off of something. You never know, but the design seems pretty nice. And I'm going to hit it one more time. That's a pretty decent hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll turn it up a little bit and let's see exactly what the next level of heat will do. All right, that's the one I'm going to use. Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and give this thing an A. I'm not going to tell you that I've had hundreds of other kinds of pens that I can compare it to. I believe the last few kind of pens that I actually used were Yokan pens. I'm sure a lot of folks see those on Amazon and things like that, but I've used the Yokan and they're pretty good. And the one thing that I didn't love about it is that the coils were very visible on those Yokans and exposed, if you will. And that is not the case here. This is it. I mean, as you can see, it burns really clean. The fact that it's sort of a clear live resin is sort of helping that out as well. But I'm seeing a little bit. There's still a lot in there, so it's not burning off. I'm guessing if you put it on some of the higher levels of heat, you will probably burn it off a little bit. And again, I'm feeling a little bit of a warmth on this thing. It's definitely warm to the touch after only a few uses. So the little rubber thing that didn't come in this package, but I believe normally comes with it, is definitely a multifunctional little band of rubber that you just wrap around it. It seems pretty sweet. At any rate, I really like this pen. Bill, thank you very much, man. Not only for the concentrates, but for this amazing pen. I know these things aren't cheap. It definitely seems like it could probably cost somewhere between 60, 70 bucks, maybe more. I know some of the old ones really were up there in the hundreds and stuff like that, but we've come so far in the technology that it's not necessarily like that anymore. Regardless, though, this pen is really good. I'm going to try it out with a couple different kinds of concentrates besides this live resin. Might pack it up with a little bit of wax that I have down there, a little bit more yellowy, so I can kind of see exactly what that does in the bowl. And again, I'm not going to overload it, but I really, really enjoy this pen. So if you folks are in the market in any way, shape, or form for a concentrates pen, I would definitely recommend this Puffco Vision Plus. I don't really know how much it costs, so I couldn't tell you how much I paid, and I don't know what the value for the money would be. But I would even venture to say that if I were to pay 30 or 40 bucks for this pen, I still wouldn't be that pissed off. It's a very clean looking pen. The reservoir that you keep your concentrates in actually is sort of deep, so you could probably pack it pretty well, but you don't really want to. Regardless, I know that little tool that comes along with, holy cow, I almost knocked my camera over. I know this little tool that comes with it that you can push out actually is probably a good way for you to clean this. So again, if you guys are in the market for any sort of concentrates pen, I 100% am ready to endorse the Puffco Vision Plus. Thank you so much, Bill, for the gift. It's done a lot so far. I can already feel the effects of that. I believe that was 80% THC live resin. So again, Bill, thanks so much for that. And folks, if you're in the market for a concentrates pen, I suggest trying out this Puffco Vision Plus. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me. If you haven't already done so, if you haven't liked this video, please do so. Check out some of my other videos. Subscribe to my channel. Check me out on Patreon, Cannabis Cowboy. And as always, keep growing.